Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Good morning, Antigua and Barbuda. I'm meteorologist Jaleel Jacobs. I'm here to bring you today's tropical weather outlook for Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. And right away, we take a look at our 7-day graphical tropical outlook provided by the National Hurricane Center. And we see that Hurricane Gabrielle is still out there in the northwestern Atlantic. And we are now monitoring 2 tropical waves that are in the Atlantic currently. The first one is in the central tropical Atlantic, and the next one is just here, just east of the eastern Caribbean islands. And so we'll take a closer look at these 2 particular systems, these 2 particular tropical waves when we go further into today's update. First of all, Hurricane Gabrielle, located at 30.8 north or 62.3 west, or about 180 miles southeast of Bermuda. And we see that the winds are 120 miles per hour, making Gabrielle a Category 3 hurricane. And further development is expected, or further strengthening is expected, and Gabrielle is expected to become a major hurricane just east of Bermuda at Category 4. So currently she's moving north at 10 miles per hour, but will make a turn to the northeast and go out into the central Atlantic, all the way over to the Azores Islands and just west of the European coast, as it makes a post-tropical transition, as indicated by the S at the top there. So that is Hurricane Gabrielle, far away from the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, and just going to go even further into the Atlantic. Now we take a look at our satellite image, and we see that there are 3 tropical waves in the Atlantic, and there's one that will just emerge off of the coast of Africa that has not had too much thunderstorm activity going on for it right now. But we are going to pay close attention to this particular tropical wave and this particular tropical wave. Firstly, this one in the central Atlantic that has a 70% chance of development into a tropical cyclone over the next 7 days, and this particular system is currently moving northwest, so it's going to move just into this general region, and once it starts moving into this particular region right here, is expected to further develop and strengthen into a tropical depression either by the middle of this week or later this week on the weekend. And so we could be looking at a new tropical depression by later this week. And we're looking at this tropical wave here, just a few hundred miles southeast of the Leeward Islands. And this particular tropical wave has a 40% chance of formation over the next 7 days. Why? We're going to take a look at this system because as it moves just north of the Leeward Islands towards the southeastern Bahamas, it has a chance of developing into a tropical cyclone as well, either later this week. So we might be looking at 2 tropical cyclones later this week, or just 1. So we're going to pay close attention to the passage of these 2 particular tropical waves. Now for us here in the Leeward Islands, as this tropical wave moves towards the west, we expect some heavy showers, some gusty winds, and possibly thunderstorm activity later tonight and tomorrow. This particular tropical wave is moving about 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's pretty quick. And so we expect these conditions to be upon us late tonight, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow. Again, some gusty winds, some heavy showers, possible thunderstorm activity. So some flash flood advisories may become necessary depending on the rainfall amounts that we will be accumulated during the passage of this particular tropical wave. So stay tuned to information coming out of the Met Office that will be on all the media platforms as we monitor this particular tropical wave's movement. And we see up here towards the north, we see Hurricane Gabrielle, as I said, just southeast of Bermuda. So we're looking at the 2025 Atlantic hurricane names, and we are currently at Gabrielle. Next 2 names on the list, Umberto and Imelda. And again, if both of these tropical waves develop into tropical cyclones, the one will take a name each, or one might take over the other one, and we just have one tropical cyclone, and then that will be Umberto. So we pay close attention to the development of those two particular tropical waves. Now just some hurricane preparedness tips just to remind us of: secure windows and doors, install shutters over windows, doors, skylights and open vents, remove loose objects from the yard and the patio, as these can become missiles in these particular hurricanes or tropical cyclones. You should tie down any large objects that cannot be taken indoors. You prune dead or dying trees and store as much drinking water as possible in a clean, closed container throughout the passage of these hurricanes. So those are some hurricane preparedness tips brought to you by our friends at the National Office of Disaster Services. So stay tuned to the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service on social media, Antigua and Barbuda Met Services. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and X, and we have an Instagram page. We also ask that if you see any weather phenomenon that looks interesting or any cloud formation that looks interesting that you would want to share with us, you can do so at abmsiwatch at gmail.com. You will send us these photos with your name, the location, and we will post on our social media pages and give you a shout out for helping us to grow our social media page, so and be a part of our social media team. So again, abmsiwatch at gmail.com. Send us your photos, videos of any interesting thing that's taking place, or a cloud formation, or any interesting weather related thing, and we will post to our social media pages. So thanks for joining us today. I am Jaleel Jacobs. Have a good afternoon.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.